It's still on your list. The thing you were going to do. You know it matters. You know you have time. And still, you don't move. An hour goes by, then another. And a voice in your head says the same tired word, lazy. So let me say the thing no one told you. You are not lazy. And I can prove it. Because what you call laziness isn't a flaw in you. It's one of the smartest things your brain does. And once you see how it actually works, you can stop fighting yourself and finally start. Here's what we get wrong about laziness. We treat it like a character flaw, something broken in you, a lack of willpower. But your brain does not have a lazy setting. What it has is an accountant, one that is always asking a single question. Is this worth the energy? And when the answer comes back, not right now, you don't feel a decision. You just feel stuck. That stuck feeling isn't weakness. It's a message. And this whole video is about learning to read it and answer it. Start with a number. Your brain is about 2% of your body weight, but it burns around 20% of your energy. Marcus Rachel showed it never really switches off. An organ that expensive does not spend for fun. For almost all of human history, energy was scarce. Food was never guaranteed. So the brains that survived were the ones that refused to waste effort. Back in 1943, the psychologist Clark Hull gave it a name, the law of less work. Given two ways to get the same reward, an animal takes the one that costs less. So when you choose the couch over the hard thing, you are not malfunctioning. You are running a survival program that is millions of years old. The lion sleeps up to 20 hours a day. Nobody calls the lion lazy. So what decides whether the effort feels worth it? A lot of it comes down to one chemical, dopamine. And here's the twist. Dopamine is not the pleasure chemical. That's the myth. The neuroscientist John Salamone spent decades showing what it really does. He gave rats a choice. Free, boring food over here, or press a lever a bunch of times for the good stuff over there. Rats with healthy dopamine happily worked for the better reward, but lower their dopamine, and they quit. They took the free food and stopped trying. They still wanted the reward. They just weren't willing to pay for it. Michael Treadway found the same thing in people. Dopamine sets how big the hill looks. So on a low day, the task hasn't changed. Your effort calculator has. The dishes, the email, the gym. Same size as yesterday. But today, the hill looks like a cliff. That is not laziness. That is a dopamine reading. And it moves with your sleep, your stress, your mood. Now here's the part that surprised the researchers. A lot of the time, you are not avoiding the task. You are avoiding a feeling. Boredom, anxiety, the fear you'll do it badly, the memory of the last time it went wrong. Tim Peichel and Fustia Siroe showed it clearly. Procrastination is not a time management problem. It's an emotion management problem. You put the task down to feel better right now. And it works. For about 30 seconds. The scroll feels good. The dread goes quiet. But the task is still there. And now it's a little scarier, so you avoid it again. That's the trap. Each time you dodge it to feel better, you teach your brain that the task is a threat. You're not addicted to your phone. You're running from a feeling. The phone is just the nearest exit. So what do most of us do next? We reach for the whip. We call ourselves lazy, useless. We think guilt will finally make us move. But guilt raises the emotional cost of the task. And we already saw what that does. The bigger the bad feeling attached to it, the harder your brain slams the brakes. Fustia Siroe found the opposite of what you'd expect. People who forgive themselves procrastinate less. Not because they let themselves off the hook, because dropping the shame shrinks the task back to normal size. So the first move isn't more pressure, it's less. Talk to yourself like someone you're trying to help. There's also a reason the couch wins more at night than in the morning. Early in the day, your tank is full. Effort feels cheaper. The hill looks smaller. Then you spend the day making decisions. What to answer, what to eat, what to worry about. And by evening, the part of you that pushes through effort is running low. Roy Baumeister called it decision fatigue. The exact mechanism is still debated. But the pattern is real, and you've felt it. The same task is sure at 9 a.m. and tomorrow at 9 p.m. So stop scheduling your hardest thing for the exact time your tank is always empty. Here's the idea that changes everything. Every task has an activation energy, a cost just to start. And your brain checks that starting cost before it checks the reward. If the first step feels bigger than what you've got, the accountant says no. Automatically. Write the report, clean the whole flat, get fit. Those aren't tasks, they're mountains. So you don't need more motivation, you need a smaller first step. Small enough that your brain doesn't even bother to flag it as expensive. The behavior scientist B.J. Fogg built an entire method on this. Make the first step tiny. Not go to the gym, put on your shoes, not write the essay. Open the document and type one ugly sentence. Not clean the kitchen, wash one cup. The goal isn't to finish, the goal is only to start. Because starting is the expensive part. Once you're moving, momentum is almost free. In 1927, Bluma Zygarnik noticed something. Once you start a task, your brain keeps it open. That one ugly sentence tugs at you. You write a second, and suddenly you're in it. This is the part most people have backwards. Motivation doesn't come first, motion does. You don't wait until you feel like it. You take one tiny step, and the feeling follows. So here's how to work with the accountant instead of against it. 3 levers. 1. Protect your energy. Sleep, food, and fewer pointless decisions leave more fuel for what matters. And do the important thing earlier, when the hill is smallest. Not at 11 p.m. on an empty tank. 2. Cut the starting cost. Make the good thing 1 step away, and the distraction 10 steps away. Shoes by the door, guitar out of the case, phone in a drawer. You're lowering the wall before you ever reach it. 3. When you're stuck, shrink the step until it's almost embarrassing. Then take that one. Tell yourself you'll do it for 2 minutes. 2 minutes sits under almost everyone's threshold. And most of the time, 2 minutes is all it takes to get the wheel turning. So the next time that heavy, stuck feeling shows up, try hearing it differently. It was never proof that you're broken. It was your brain doing its oldest job, guarding your energy, steering you away from a cost that felt too high or a feeling you didn't want. You don't beat that by hating yourself. You work with it. Make the step small, drop the shame, protect your fuel, and start before you feel ready. You are not lazy. You never were. You're a careful, ancient, energy-saving machine. Give it a smaller step and a reason to move, and you'll be amazed how far you go. This is Night Mind. Be kind to the machine. I'll see you next time.